I'm back as I get ready to apply the second coat on the last three pieces. Now, on the previous video clip, I had mentioned that I might apply coats to the other two, those two, to get the colour up to the same as this one. But to be fair, when looking at them closely, the colour is so close, there's not much point. We'll see how we get on. Now, I think it's a good job that I did check that I had more of the gloss mahogany, because I do think I'm going to run out. So, right, I'll have to prepare myself for this again. Hopefully though, as I said previously, as I go on, the coat should be easier to apply. I should have a little bit more time to spread it about. Right. Oh. It definitely took the wind out of me. I did. Okay, now I am going to fast forward it from this point because I think you know what's going to be happening. Right, let's crack on. that's 2 coats down, 4 to go. That coat was a little bit easier to apply, but I'm definitely going to need to take a break. I didn't think I'd have to be getting up and down as often as I was. I mean, okay, I suppose I could just stand, but it's still going to hurt. And when I have been standing, my knees are fucked now. I'm struggling. So this is where previously, or at least recently, I have been forcing myself to continue, but I have it on good authority for a therapist that I need to become okay with saying to myself I can stop and take a break, because I've definitely been struggling with that recently. I've always felt like I need to be doing something. And to be fair, I haven't really relaxed in a fair few weeks really. Even though, I mean, I've been relaxed doing this and I've been positive doing this, and I'm so pleased that I'm down to the last 3 pieces. I'm not surprised that this is hurting me to do it, because it's kind of like a test, isn't it? If I want to complete it, I've got to go through the pain. That's where I need to find that balance of pushing myself forward, or saying, you know what, it's okay, take a break, chill. See, even now my mind's going, well, if I did one more coat, and that means I get to do the ends, and then that's all of the ends done, I don't need to do them again. That's alright, I need to take a break. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. So I will be back at some point to continue on the final stages. Hello everybody. I've had a break of what? About 40 minutes, an hour-ish. So I'm going to try and make a start on the 3rd coat. And we'll see how we go from there. I'm not really setting myself a goal at the moment, because yeah, it's been taking it out of me a little bit. Has this, but yeah, I know on the last clip I'd said if I do the next coat then I've got the ends done. Well, I wouldn't say that's been playing on my mind, it hasn't, it's just I haven't really got anything else to do, so while I'm doing nothing I might as well do this. So yeah, I'm going to get this done, I'm going to get the ends done, and after that we'll see. I mean, I may end up getting another coat done, I may not. So we'll have to wait and see. At some point I do need to have my dinner. I've been slow cooking a chicken curry for about 7 hours, because I got myself a slow cooker, and this is only the 2nd meal I've cooked in it. The first one, well, I wasn't going to cook it for 3 or 4 hours, but then that turned into 6 hours, and then I got tired, so it ended up being 10 hours, and then I wasn't hungry, so it ended up being 12 hours, and to be fair, it was still good. Yeah, I don't think I'll leave the curry that long. Right, okay. Sort of trying to get myself set up a little bit here. Now I am on to a new sponge. It's probably going to take a while to get a bit of stain in it. But what I am going to do is I will fast forward and we shall crack on. yeah, I need to leave this for a few more minutes. I've just done a little bit of touching up. I need to leave this a few more minutes. It's not quite dry enough for me to flip it over yet. But one of the things that I was looking at as I was doing these was the colour difference. There is, as you can see, there is a colour difference. It's only minor, but it's enough. And things, these have had the same amount of coats. Now what I could do, if I wanted, is put an extra coat on this, but I don't really want to do that, because this is the same wood as the rest of it. So if I put an extra coat on that, that's going to look darker than the rest of it. So instead, what I'm going to do is, once I've turned it over and done the other side of that, when it comes to doing the next coat, I'm only going to do this, and I'm not going to do them. So yes, this will have an extra coat than them, but it won't have an extra coat than the rest of the shelf. So basically I'm going to do one less on those, because they are definitely a touch darker. Yeah, so looking at it, I mean those two are actually very, very close. So maybe it's just that one that I need to not do a coat on. One way to know would be, okay, if I turn that over, because the other side has only had 2 coats, not 3. If I turn that over and it's the same colour as this, then I know that with that I need to leave it for 1 coat. I'd say that's pretty close. So yeah, okay, so the main piece then, I will, I'll sit that out for 1 coat. Yeah, I mean these are very close. I think these can be still done together. Yeah, and looking at them there, yeah, it's definitely a slightly lighter. So yeah, so I'll get that done, and then the next coat. Yeah, the next coat, I'll have to sit this piece out. Right, I need to get ready for doing this. I might as well go back onto fast forward now. Right, that is that coat done. And although it looks like those two are not stained, they are. It's just the light. It's just a reflection of the light. They are definitely stained. But I'm going to give these a few minutes now. Fuck me, I'm knackered. Give these a few minutes now to to dry off a bit, and then yeah, we'll do a coat on those two at the back. We'll let this one have a break. So at the moment we've done 3 coats. I've got 3 to go, but the next coat will be a quick one. If I could actually get the next 2 coats done, I'd be quite happy actually, because then I'd be up to the point of these needing a light sanding before their final coat of stain, and to be honest, if I could get to that stage I'd be very, very pleased. But for now I am going to take a break and at least, well, take a break for a few minutes, upload footage, and yeah, we're back shortly to deal with them fuckers. Hello everybody. Right, okay, I'm gonna do coat number 4, which is just gonna be on these 2 pieces. Flip that over, and then hopefully I'm going to get a slightly better colour match with the main piece. I do think it should work. My ends are coloured quite nicely, I don't need to do them anymore. So I'm going to crack on with this, fast forward again. I'm probably going to have to wait a while between turning them over because of not having this piece to do. Now, admittedly, I could miss that one's last coat out, but I'd rather miss it out now and see if we can get the colour to match and then get them all in line again. So anyway, yeah, so we'll hit fast forward and we'll crack on. Be the light. Yeah, I'd say that's fair. Yeah. Right, obviously I've got through that pretty quickly. I was just looking at the different colours and I was just making sure that it, like, the colour difference I'm seeing isn't just because of the light. There is a tiny little bit of that. So for example, this piece does look darker over there than it does over here. It could just be a perspective thing. That piece, it still does look lighter than the rest to the naked eye. But I think it'll be alright. We're just missing the one coat on this. I just need to give it a few moments to dry up so I can flip it over. So yeah, I still haven't played about yet with the resins. I do want to. And yeah, I'm trying to work out what I've got that I can do a bit of testing on it with. I mean, for example, I've still got these sort of scrap pieces of wood, so I could try, I don't know, carving something out on that, and seeing how I get on with bit of the resin mixture. And I know I mentioned previously about what the resin mixture may have been. Turns out it's the same amount as one as the other, so that's easy enough. But you kind of have to mix it, like you pour your measurements out in one individual cups, then mix them together, and then mix them up, making sure that you really scrape up the sides and the bottom, give it a really good mix, then transfer that into a completely different clean cup, and then mix it up. And the reason for that is it's to make sure that there isn't any bits left on the sides of the cup that you're basically mixing in or not mixed in enough, creating soft spots. Now, something I might have a problem with is bubbles, because it says about how to deal with air bubbles. It says use a hot gun, like a hot air gun, or a burner. I don't have either. The only other option would be, it says about you can use cocktail sticks if they're small bubbles. Now, I guess in a way these are kind of cocktail sticks, so I could use them, but it's something I'm going to have to keep an eye on. But again, that's something that I won't know about until I'm doing it. Obviously, I've had problems with air bubbles when gluing stuff before, so I can imagine it's not going to be any different with using the resins. I think though, because majority of the stuff I'm doing is kind of small fiddly stuff, I'm thinking that what I might do is I might have a look at trying to get some what are they called? Not needles. The things the needles go onto, not plungers. I can't fucking think. Syringe. Get some syringes of different sizes. Some like quite wide bottle size or shaft size, but not necessarily needing a big end, for two reasons. One, it could be very useful for doing the gluing stuff that I've done. It would be so much easier to mix up my glue, put it into a syringe, and then just be able to go squirt. That'd be so much fucking easier, and I can't believe I'd not thought about that before. That would have saved me so much fucking time thinking about it. But also it'd allow me to be much more precise, and I could potentially do the same thing with the resin. I'll basically mix it up, get colour in it, because that's the other thing I want to test as well, is some of the colours. Yeah, get the colour in it, and then I can use a syringe to squirt it into areas. Because one of the things that I am thinking with the big square table that I've got to do, because I'm keeping that one, I'm actually thinking about potentially, if it needs it, using some resin on that. Now, I don't think it necessarily needs it, but if I can get a nice colour, see, I am a big fan of blues and greens, especially luminous greens. So I think that would be quite interesting, but it depends on how the colour mixture goes and how everything goes, and that's why I need to test some of it on test wood, which is what I think I'll use those little pieces for. But I know I've mentioned before about at the back of my dad's workshop that there's a massive fucking tree, which there is, that's been chopped up. The thing is, with the weather that we've had recently, I've no idea what condition that wood might be in, but that stuff does have some big severe cracks in it that the resin could work on. The only thing that might be an issue is, excuse me, is that I might not have enough resin because it's only what 260ml bottles, so not like it's fucking, I've got fucking vats of the stuff. But also if you're doing something like a sort of chopped tree stump that might be about so big, that's got big massive cracks in it, ideally the best way to apply the resin on it would be to do a pour. So basically you put the tree stump into a container, like a big bucket, and then you could potentially even sort of semi-wrap it, put a bag around it, and then pour the resin onto the wood so that it soaks into all of the cracks and gets absolutely everywhere. That would be the best way to do that, but I haven't got anywhere near enough resin for that. But on my carving project, where I've put about potentially putting a logo, if I could actually carve the logo and then fill that with resin, that could look pretty cool. Anyway, right, I've waffled for 9 minutes, so I reckon we crack on with the other part of this coat, so we might as well get back on to fast forward. Okay, well, that's coat number 4 done. So I'm going to give those a little bit of time to dry up, and then I am going to get the next coat done, because that will then get me up to the point of light sanding and final stain. So yeah, I've got to say though, fantastic progress today. It's not been easy. It's been a tiring day. It was a slow starting day with getting that piece sanded, because literally as soon as I got set up outside it fucking rained, so I had to come back in, and as soon as I came back in it stopped raining, so I had to go back outside. So yeah, it was a bit of a fuck about dealing with that, and then obviously having to clean these pieces of wood, which I didn't think I'd need doing. I'd already done, I thought, but wasn't the case. So yeah, it was a bit of a sort of slow burner, but fantastic progress made through the rest of the day. And I've got to admit, I'm liking the look of the colours on this. I mean, I sit here looking at it and I get one perspective, and then I look in the camera and I can see what the camera's picking up, and that's obviously seeing it from a different perspective with the light and everything. And like, for example, this shine that you can see, I can't even tell which way it's going. This shine you can see going over here. Fucking I can't. That one, yeah, that shine. See, I can't see that from where I'm sitting. So yeah, the perspective is very different from where I'm sitting to where the camera is. But I've got to admit, I am liking the look of the colours, the patterns, the shading on it. Looking very good. So yeah, very pleased with the progress that's been made, definitely. So yeah, I mean, if I can get the next coat done, and then, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to get done for the rest of this evening. I don't even know what time it is. It's probably about 10 o'clock. So yeah, I would doubt very much that it's going to be tonight, because to be honest, I do still need to sit, chill, do my own thing, have my dinner. And I wouldn't be surprised if once I've had my dinner today, I'm ready for bed, because I am knackered. But yeah, I'm very pleased with the progress that has been made. So I'm going to stop there, I'm going to stop waffling, and be back soon to do the next stage. Hello everybody. Right. Time for coat number 5, which is the last coat before needing to fine sand, and then the final coat. So I'm not going to do any more than this tonight, or at least that is not the plan at all. I do just want to get this coat done. Oh, my eyes are tired. Right, oh, I'll pop that over there. Okay, so time to get this party started. So, might as well fast forward. Needing to wait a few minutes for this to dry before I can flip it over for what will be the last piece of the puzzle for tonight. Yeah, I mentioned earlier, it's been a big day for progress today. It really has. I'm actually surprised that I've got it to this stage by the end of today. I suppose one of the things of having Friday as sort of the main day I set aside for doing this stuff works, because it means I don't really need to worry about anything else other than this. It definitely does help, whereas on other days there's other stuff that I want to do or need to do. But yeah, I am surprised I've got this much done. Of course, I'm loving the colour on this. I'm very much always have been a dark wood person. Always have been. I prefer sort of dark wood than paint, really. I mean, I wouldn't have wanted to have painted this. I could have done, but it's not really my style. It's not what I like. The thing is, I don't know why I like dark wood. I ain't got a clue. I mean, it's like wood this colour doesn't appeal to me. But wood that colour, yeah, very much so. I really don't know why. I don't know. I guess it's just a preference, isn't it? But hopefully this is just about ready to be able to be turned. So you know what? Actually, no, I was going to say I won't fast forward, but because I do need to concentrate on doing this. Okay, so I am going to fast forward as I finish this off. Oh. We are fucking done. Oh. Well, there is enough in there for one more coat. Maybe one more coat and a little bit extra if needed. Tough, but worth it. Very worth it today. Okay. I am knackered, but it's a good knackered. It really is. I mean, look at the colour on there. It's fucking, yeah. It's one of those things, isn't it? Oh. Satisfaction of making basically a scrap piece of wood look that nice. It's very satisfying. If only turning scrap of human to look very nice was as easy, because as you can tell, I've definitely put some fucking junk on. But yeah, anyway, in fact, I think everybody has in this fucking lockdown. Or since lockdown. Because, excuse me. But anyway, right, I think that is a clear sign to say I need to go and get my dinner and fucking chill the fuck out. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. Very good day today. Very, very good day. Right, see you in a bit.